going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I'm going to, as part of our Black Excellence Month, I'm going to be talking about the latest Marvel movie, Black Captain America himself, starring Black Captain America himself, Captain America: Brave New World. I got some thoughts. I've been holding off on this one. I saw it. What was it? The opening Thursday night, and I saw it a second time, and I'm ready to give you guys my thoughts. Before I get into it, remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and already subscribe, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, where we, do a whole bunch of different gaming and podcasting and all that stuff. So make sure you guys follow us there. So with all that out the way, let's get into it. So those of you who have spoken to me since this movie has come out, y'all already know how I feel about this. Y'all already know where I'm at. But for those of you who don't know, I got some words. I got some words for this movie. So Captain America: Brave New World. This is the latest Captain America movie. This follows a brand new Captain America, so to speak, that of Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie. If you guys don't remember, at the end of Avengers Endgame, Steve Rogers handed over the shield to Sam Wilson and basically said, "Hey, you're gonna be the new. I want you to be the new Captain America." And then you had the TV series Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I did do reviews on this here YouTube channel. I did weekly reviews. It's in the MCU TV playlist, so make sure you guys check that out here on the channel when you're done watching this review, or just go ahead and watch it and come back over here. Falcon and Winter Soldier was one of my favorite, and still is one of my favorite MCU television shows that aired on Disney Plus. I loved every episode of it. I thought it was great. And that focus on Sam Wilson actually getting used to having the shield and all that good stuff. So this movie here, it follows our titular hero, Sam Wilson, and I'm going to pull up the synopsis. You already know how I do. So Sam Wilson finds himself in the middle of an international incident after meeting with President Thaddeus Ross. He must soon discover the reason behind a nefarious global plot before the true mastermind has the entire world seeing red. Red. So look, there's no secret that the Red Hulk is in this film. I'm going to get to that in a second. Right now, I do want to remind you who's in the cast, right? You got Anthony Mackie, Harrison Ford. This is a weird cast list to have here. It's not the right one. Anthony Mackie, Daniel Ramirez, Shira Haas, Carl Lumbly, Zosha Rakwaram, I don't know how to say that name, I'm sorry, Giancarlo Esposito, Liv Tyler, Tim Blake Nelson, and Harrison Ford, who is playing General Thaddeus Ross, taking over from the late what was his name? Who played General Ross in the other movies? Hold on, let me see. What is his name? William Hurt. He's taking over for William Hurt, who passed away in 2022. They, of course, they did have plans for Hurt to, continue to play Ross and become the Red Hulk character and all that good stuff. But like I said, his untimely for us, but timely for the cosmos. His passing did kind of prevent that, but they shifted the role over to Harrison Ford. So what I want to do with this review, talking about this movie, like I said, I saw it twice. I saw it the first time, that Thursday night opening crowd. You know how I do. I like to go there, check it, be one of the first people to see it. And normally I would have had my review out by now, but I wanted to gather my thoughts. I wanted to think about it. I really wanted to kind of pump my brakes on moving a little too fast on this review because I have very strong feelings about my disdain towards this film. Okay, like I'm going to put this out here right now. I did not think this film was that great, but I kind of, for one reason or another, I ended up holding off. And another friend of mine wanted to see it, so I went with them to see it a second time. And this was like a couple of days ago. And sitting there watching it, my opinion didn't change too much. As a matter of fact, some things kind of stuck out a little bit more to me, and we'll get to that in a second. But like I said, I do want to start off on some positive notes. I want to start off on things that I liked about this film because I want to change my tone a bit. So, of the things I liked about the film, the performances in this movie, the acting, the characters, they were great. Like they were like Harrison Ford. I've never watched a full-on Harrison Ford movie, so I've never really seen any of his performances to really like. I've only really seen him in Star Wars, where he's always just like he looks like he doesn't want to be there. So I've always kind of just like, oh, Harrison Ford is just that grumpy guy. Like, you know, he's just a grumpy old actor. He's just out here just trying to get this money's worth. People keep calling him in to do stuff, and he's like, "Fine, I'll do Indiana Jones. I'll do another Star Wars. I'm not doing anything else. I'm Harrison Ford." That's my Harrison Ford impression. My bad. But so I hadn't really seen too much of his acting chops in anything. That said, it looked like Harrison Ford was having a fucking ball. Like, I thought like the interviews were, you know, people like cast do interviews and say, "Oh, I just had a really good time doing the Marvel movie and I wanted to see what was going on. I just thought it'd be fun." And, you know, they say that stuff to be nice and PR stuff and get people excited and whatnot. But you can really tell, at least I could really tell that Harrison Ford was having a great time on set. It seemed like he was having a great time portraying his character. It seemed he had a great time with the storyline. It like this, like I did not know Harrison Ford really cared about acting. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I really was like, wow, like Harrison Ford, this is the great Harrison Ford. I get it. Like, I've never like it makes me want to go back and watch other Harrison Ford movies just to be like, yo, he's always been this. Like, so like I said, because I've seen him in very little. Like, I've never really seen Harrison, like I've never really watched the Indiana Jones films. I know. There's other movies he's been in, but I've never really like I don't recall ever really seeing them because I don't really know what they're called. But yeah, Harrison Ford does an amazing job. So I had to give it to him. Anthony Mackie is always charismatic in all his roles, so I do like Anthony Mackie a lot. He does bring a lot to his character. He brings his comfort, this natural feeling to Sam Wilson in this movie. It feels very at home. I'm gonna take it here. Me being an African American and watching African American Sam Wilson on the screen. I mean, like I felt like okay, I felt like I was watching my cousin. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was watching my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I was watching family. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a natural charisma that he brings to this role. Same thing with I think his name was Danny Ramirez, right? Danny Ramirez that played what's his name? What's the guy that he played? Let me see. Yeah, Danny Ramirez played Joaquin Torres, who was the new Falcon. He was very good in this. All the acting in this movie was really good. I will say that. Everybody appeared to be having a good time. They seemed very passionate. They seemed very into what they were doing. So nobody half-assed anything. Everybody gave their all. Tim Blake Nelson coming back. Hell, even Liv Tyler coming back, reprising her role as Betty Ross from the fucking Incredible Hulk, which I swear to goodness, we're gonna address that too. She even came and the little bit of time she was on screen, she even came and she seemed like she was happy to be back. Like every actor and actress in this movie did a phenomenal job. So that's my positive number one. Positive number two. This is a little bit of a backhanded compliment, but some of the story, right? So while the story was not the strongest, there's a downside to the story I will touch on. The upside to it was that if you look at some of the pieces on the board, this could have been a very good Captain America film. But we will talk about the negatives in just a second. But on the positive side of how it could have been a good Captain America film, you see where the good Captain America film really is, and I like that. Let's see. Some of the action was pretty good. It's pretty decent. Let me see. I'm really trying to push here because I really don't want to jump to the negatives. Some of the the performances were great. So all right, I'm gonna stop holding myself back. The negatives. The negatives. What did Dave not like about Captain America Brave New World? And how could you, Dave? How could you not like this film? How could you not have enjoyed this film? Well, let me start from my smallest complaint and work my way to my biggest complaint. So my smallest complaint is actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going all in. I don't like how this movie dangled two things, right? And I noticed this on my second viewing. So my first viewing, I'm like, yo, why is this dangling a Hulk movie in front of me? Like, I get that the rights for the Hulk are tied up in a very messy situation, so they can't really directly make like an Incredible Hulk 2. I get that, but they put a lot of pieces on the board, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that it was like the movie felt like it stopped, completely stopped, dead in its tracks, real quick. And it didn't even do this at the point that I thought it did it, because when I saw the second time, I was like, yo, they did this in the beginning. Like, it just like, you know what I'm saying? And so they're like, oh, well, you know, remember back in Harlem, New York, when the Hulk fought the Abomination and General Ross went after the Hulk, and then all of a sudden, you know, we had you know, we had this other guy who was locked away, and then Ross, he was estranged from his daughter now because of that. Why does the news know that? Why does the news know that Ross is estranged from his daughter? That, you know what? Hold on. I'm tagging in. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, EPP is here. What up, honey?
Hola.
What's up? So, listen, you already know. I'm talking about Captain America Brave New World. I talked about the positives, which really stopped at the acting performances were great. Do you have any positives? Because I started railing on the negatives. But I'm gonna drag back a little bit. I'm gonna let you talk about some of the positives before we go ahead and dog power this fucking movie.
Were there any positives? I mean,
Take it
Captain
down.
America was black. like, it was a great Hulk movie.
Oh no! Don't you? Oh, because I was just right there. We started again. Don't you get me started? Before I turn into fucking Black Hulk over here, I start fucking transforming. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Anything else that's positive to you?
I mean, I like the fighting scenes.
The action was decent. I did say the action was decent at best. It was decent to me. Like it was. No, you know what? I do like how they show. I do like with Sam how they kind of show like, okay, he doesn't have the super soldier serum, so he's training. Like everything, all his skill comes from natural training. He's training with Isaiah Bradley, who was the super soldier that was you know,
the first super soldier.
Yeah, the first super soldier. You know, so he's training with him. So that's where he's getting his speed, his endurance, his you know, his instinct of fighting. I like how
he definitely worked for that.
Yeah, he's definitely worked for that. And I'm not gonna hold you. This is the most stabbed up Marvel character they've had so far, because every time you turn around, Sam Wilson was getting his ass stabbed. Like
he definitely was.
and still fighting. Like he gets stabbed like
just wake that off.
Did that one little jump kick.
Like, did you just stab me? I don't know.
Right. Like got a whole cut, got cut by axe and everything. Like so yeah, so he definitely yeah, all right, so I'll give that to you. The fight scenes were good, just based off the fact that he was using his own natural endurance and not being enhanced by any type of super soldier serum.
Right.
Anything else? What do you think about the suit?
Oh yeah, I did like his suit. I like the older version better. I don't know why. The white one with the more white showing.
Yeah.
It was a little kids action figure-y.
Yeah, I don't like the nanotech and these things no more. Like it's just getting annoying. Like
yeah,
like that's so weird. um. What else? What else? What else? Because you're really spitting a lot of positives out here. I like that.
Uh, hmm. I mean, I like the relationship between him and Mateo.
Who?
The new Puerto Rican Falcon,
Uh,
or
they did have a good
Spanish,
dynamic, though. They did have a good dynamic.
and that's
And the chemistry
see.
between, like, and I mentioned this earlier, the chemistry. Anthony Mackie has natural charisma on screen. I like that.
Right.
The chemistry between him and all the characters was good, and like I mentioned before, the acting from everybody, especially Harrison Ford in my book, because like I said, I've never really seen a Harrison Ford movie. Harrison
Oh,
Ford.
you just brought a flashback of Harrison Ford.
What do you say?
You just brought a flashback of Harrison Ford to me.
What, from the movie?
Yes.
Oh, when he was he was all old and
Yes. Like that stressed me out just now.
oh man. Yeah, that was one hell of a scene. I mean, they had the balls to do it, so I kudos them for that. Harrison Ford, shirtless Harrison Ford at that, like that's
Yeah.
old shirtless,
It's like,
shirtless Harrison Ford is something I did not expect to see in 2025. It's like,
hey, listen, at the end of 2024, I didn't expect to see Mike Tyson's ass, but here we are.
but here we are.
Here we are.
All right, so if all the positives and somewhat positives are out of the way,
I believe so.
are we walking into the church of negativity?
Picking up a Bible, like.
Oh, all right. So, people, I was in the middle of saying the Hulk thing. All right, so I'm gonna start from my biggest problem and work my way down because I can't start this. I can't do it the other way around because all I'm gonna do is just hint towards this. I was saying how I just did not like. I love the Hulk, right? Let me put that out here, right? I love the Hulk. Hulk and Rocket Raccoon are two of my favorite Marvel / MCU characters, right? 2008 Hulk was a great movie. I already mentioned how this movie stopped dead in its tracks to be like, oh, remember the Hulk 2008 and give us a whole synopsis of that fucking movie? Like, the problem is, and I know that I talked to somebody today about this movie and said, well, the Hulk stuff was still kind of cool. Because remember, they can't really do a Hulk movie and da-da-da. I get that. But this movie this was not the place to do that. I personally feel like this movie was not the place to fucking not even shove, to force, to ham fist a damn Hulk movie into this Captain America movie. I didn't like that because it's just like, especially on my second viewing, where I saw how this movie could have flowed perfectly without the addition of a Red Hulk, without the addition of, oh, my Betty doesn't talk to me anymore, and I don't know why. Like literally every 10 seconds every fucking 10 seconds Ross talked, it was my daughter Betty. My daughter Betty. My daughter
I told
Betty.
her I could
What about
change.
Betty? Oh, after I chased Bruce down in Harlem, my daughter doesn't talk to me anymore because of your friend the Hulk when he fought the Abomination in that movie and they all turned gamma radiation and then they were at the school and like it's like, yo, I thought I was watching Captain America. And this is my problem, right? So my big problem with that is that I get the MCU interconnected. We all want to know what things can connect and interstate and stuff like that. Cool. But this is putting too little, too much and too little, too fucking late because we're at the end, we're at the finish line for them wrapping this part of the MCU up so they can reboot the shit and do something new, right? Like if I will be completely honest. If they didn't say anything about a Doomsday or a Secret Wars, I would have been better off. I'd have been all right. I still would have been mad, but I wouldn't have been as mad because, like like I was telling B when I saw this, like I told other people when I saw this too. You have the Hulk, Bruce Banner's Hulk, She-Hulk, Hulk's son Scar. Yeah, remember him? He's there too. You got fucking Red Hulk, Abomination, Betty, fucking the leader, played by Tim Blake Nelson. Right? You got 7 pieces of a fucking Hulk movie. Where are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? And then like you put so much of that lore into this movie just to not have the one nigga who need to show the fuck up not show up. You gonna tell me Bruce sitting there watching CNN, MSNBC, Marvel News Daily, and seeing Ross fuck that shit up as a Hulk and is not immediately on his way over here to solve this shit? Are you kidding me? I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, he's busy doing something. No, the last time we seen this nigga, he was at a cookout with She-Hulk and his goddamn son. Why is he not there? Why are we doing this in the middle of a Captain America movie? And it really irritated me because it's like I said before, this Captain America movie did not need all of that. You could have kept the leader. Yes, you could have kept leader. That's fine.
Talking about Slade.
The fucking the dude with the brain. The master.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the doctor.
Or the buyer. They didn't even call him his fucking comic book name, his comic book alias. The buyer, the fucking whatever he called himself in the movie. They could have kept that. Fine, cool. You got somebody pulling the strings. They could have kept Ross being the president and all that. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, they could have hinted that something was wrong with Ross and he was being gamma poisoned and kind of hinted at Red Hulk. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Hint at it. Show little subtle details. That's cool. That's fine. That's great. But like, I don't know, man.
So it could have stopped at the scene on the boat at the hinting.
Yes, like it really could have done that. It could have done that, and it would have been like perfectly cool. It would have been cool because like you still could have had something happen to where the ending changed. Like it didn't have to. It didn't have to do that. That was not the only option this movie had to do a fucking Red Hulk. It didn't need to do it. Even when it was in the trailer, I was like, oh. That's a choice. I was never really excited about the Red Hulk being in this movie. I was like, that's a choice. And it seems like they're addressing a lot of stuff, but it's a choice. Even when they were announcing the people that were going to be in this movie and they were saying like Tim Blake Nelson was coming back. I'm like, okay, they're doing a lot of Hulk stuff in this movie. Like, what about Captain America? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got Giancarlo Esposito, one of the best villain actors of this current time. Anytime you see Giancarlo Esposito on something, he's a fucking villain, and he does that shit masterfully. You didn't use him as like a main villain. Use him as like a side note. I'll be back. I'll get out of jail, and when I do, I'll get you. Like, nigga, what? I don't know. You take it from here for a little bit, B, because I'm just gonna keep going on and on and on and on.
Sorry, you said you're done?
Yeah, I'm for right now. I'm done. I stopped at Giancarlo Esposito being underused as the villain. So that's
sorry, I had to clear my throat for that one. Yes, it being a Hulk movie was so. Let me just say that this could have went a completely different direction, where it could have highlighted Anthony Mackie as Captain America, and actually showed something, especially during Black Excellence, Black History Month. Okay, I'm sure there were a lot of people who were very excited at the prospect of a Black Captain America, and attended the movie because of that, and it was really downplayed and not given the storyline that it should have given. So that was kind of disappointing. Huh?
I said, were you opening your book of complaints over there?
First off, I was walking in the house after my son just walked up on me in the car in the dark. Okay.
I would have just said, "Yeah, I got a big book of complaints right here, chapter one."
Pull out my Palm Pilot. But that was a major gripe for me personally with the because I went there thinking, yes, finally, after Chadwick Boseman, we got something. Realize they didn't give a shit. They gave us a little sprinkle, a little fairy dust.
Did they?
And it's like, yes, the storyline was good where they had the old man, forget his name, want to call him Isaac,
Isaiah
but it's,
Bradley.
yeah, uh, go up there and shoot at the president because it's triggered by the song. Okay. But I feel like it should have been investigated more before they just threw him in prison. Because it's like that man already spent all that time in prison, so why are you trying to show him in that light again?
Well, I
They
mean,
could have.
it was a presidential assassination attempt, so I get that part.
Yeah, but who hasn't tried to assassinate the president? Come on. Like
Well, this is Ross. Okay, this is MCU. This ain't our time. Okay, this is MCU timeline. Like, this is a big deal. Like,
it's just that just wasn't doing it for me, that part personally.
mm-hmm.
Um and then it turning into a Hulk movie just killed it for me. I kind of rolled my eyes at a lot of scenes.
Nah, I was sitting there visibly upset. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I would tell y'all, people, I would tell y'all, I I started to tear up. I started to get really mad. Like, I was like, the fuck are they doing? Why? Because I felt offended. I felt like once again, for what, the fourth consecutive time, Marvel took and showed me the Hulk and said, "Hey, like, why?" And again, sir, what I do? Why? Like, what y'all say fuck me for? Like, my bad. I like the Hulk. Like, shit.
I said
But
this
go
is
ahead,
not the
my bad.
time. Not the time
Right.
or the place for that. Nah, but I actually kind of saw the writing on the wall because of how they marketed said Captain America movie. What did you see on the posters?
Yeah.
You seen this big ass Hulk fist and this tiny ass Thanos, and just
It
like,
was there the whole time because I don't know why people was like, yo, that poster. So I'm like, no, it's not. It's the
yeah,
whole
that was a
shit over at fucking
horrible.
Captain America shit. What are you talking about?
That was they knew what they were doing.
I'm like, and that's the thing, like, because like B has said, and like I've said, there were the right. You did not need the Red Hulk. You did not need that because the movie itself had everything. Go ahead, go ahead, B. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
But yeah, aside from that, like if you cut out mostly all of the Red Hulk situation, you'd probably have like a solid 40 minutes 40 minutes of a film.
That's crazy because it's not wrong. It's not, and it's not wrong, and that's the fucked up thing about it. And then again, oh god, damn it. So, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. No, I'm about to Hulk out. Like, I'm
I see you turning red over there. Calm down.
because good lord.
And then it's like, also, at the end of every Marvel movie, there is this amazing one or two end credit scenes where you're just like, oh shit.
We taking it there. So we taking it there. We taking it to the thing that really pissed me off.
This one, it was like, why?
Because and listen, because never in my movie going career for a Marvel film that I can recall, for an MCU film that I can recall, did I sit there. The last time I audibly yelled out in a Marvel in general, not just MCU, Marvel in general. Last time, like anything that's ever had the Marvel logo on it, any movie that means any movie that has Marvel on it, that's based on a Marvel property. I only remember one other time that at the end, that during the movie or at the end of the movie or at whatever point, I literally sat there and said, "What the fuck was that?" And that was the one that everybody hates, which is the Fan 4 stick, the one with Michael B. Jordan, because the ending, the fucking ending where he goes, "Oh, that's fantastic." Say that again. I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "What? Excuse me?" I said, "I know that's not how we about to end this movie. I know that's not how we about to end this movie. That's how they ended the movie." I said, "What the fuck was that?" I got up angry. Okay, I got up angry, literally angry. I said, I don't know why we came here to this movie. I want to group my brother. I don't know why we did this. Why do we torture ourselves like this? So I say that to say this is the only other time in my recorded memory that I literally, and this is the first time for a Marvel post-credit or mid-credit scene that I sat and was like, "Yo, what the fuck was that?" I audibly out loud say, "Yo, what the fuck was that?"
And did.
Be as my witness. I said, "What the fuck was that?" Because the post for y'all, and I won't spoil it for people who actually want to see this movie for real. I know we talked a lot about shit that happened.
It's been a week.
Disclaimer, but I won't spoil. I will not spoil the post credit scene because I want y'all to see how stupid this shit is. And then when I tell you what these fucking directors said that the fucking post-credit scene was allegedly hinting towards and what they cut out, you're gonna be like, "No, what the fuck was that even at?" You're like, "That's stupid. That's dumb," because it wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, what did the director say?
Spoiler alert for the post-credit scene of Captain America Brave New World. Spoiler alert. If you do not want to be spoiled for the post-credit scene of Captain America Brave New World, there's only one of those, is at the very end of the credits. If you do not want to be spoiled, please, at this time, I will be talking about it. Skip about 2, maybe 3 minutes ahead. If I'm still talking about it, skip ahead a little further if you don't want to be spoiled. If you don't care, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm spoiling it now. So, post-credit scene, a monkey starts tapping. No, I'm kidding. All right, for real this time. 3, 2, 1. Just wanted to make sure you're still there. All right, so the post-credit scene has Leader, right? The fucking mastermind of the whole shit. He's in the jail. He's in the raft. So they actually make use of the raft. All 4 fucking people in the MCU they got in the fucking raft. 4 of these people. It's 4 of them.
He was in there. He was in the background.
No, Leader was in there. He was in the raft. I don't want to talk about the other 3 people that's in the fucking raft, but Leader's in the raft. Yeah, thank you for using the raft again, Marvel. Thank you for fucking showing us that shit. So he's in the raft, right? And Sam Wilson walking up to him, pretty much gloating about how he won. And Leader's just like, "Well, are you prepared for what's coming next? My probability shows that we have something to fight. Other worlds want to come and fight. Are you ready to protect yours? I know that's coming." First of all, my major problem. Why the whole time he's talking, I was like, "Yo, this is fucking stupid." Because there's no Leader's smart, and here's the probability the gamma radiation in his brain did make him one of the smartest motherfuckers in the planet. He is maniacal and shit. I will give him that. But he ain't that goddamn smart. Because you're not that smart to see fucking multiverse. That's Doctor Strange's work, okay? That is work for Doctor Strange. Like, that's not work for you, nigga. Like, no. Like, it's not work for you, buddy. No. Like, I'm sorry. That shit pissed me off. So what the director said that shit was, what they cut from the movie, was the Illuminati. So the Illuminati is a team in Marvel Comics that has Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Professor X, and I think a couple other the smartest. It's all the smartest characters in Marvel, and they all come together and they pretty much control the affairs of things that happen in these universes. and they are responsible for shepherding the creation of Battle World, which is part of the whole Secret Wars thing and all that stuff. So that's like deep comic book lore. Look it up yourselves if you want more accurate information. I'm just giving you the Spark Notes version. That's what they said that he was hinting towards. Where was he hitting towards that?
Nowhere.
Where was he
Nowhere at
hitting
all.
towards? Because, matter of fact, the Illuminati was in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, where they had Professor Xavier, Mr. Fantastic, all that stuff. That was the Illuminati from another universe. When they went to that universe. Where are they hinting at an Illuminati?
Nowhere. Because all he was talking about was multiple worlds. Well, what does that have to do with anybody who was in the Illuminati? How? If anything, that hits more at Doctor Strange than anything.
The post credit scene does more work setting up Secret Wars than it does setting up literally anything else in the MCU. And y'all gonna sit here and tell me that was setting up the Illuminati? This shit was a fucking joke. Okay? I don't like how they fucking laughed in my face with this shit. A fucking joke. All right, I'm sorry. I know people are rocking with this movie. I know people enjoyed the movie. I know people thought it was great. Black Captain America, Black History Month. That's great. That's awesome. That's a monumental moment. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, all fucking 6 to 8 episodes of that was way better than what the fuck I sat in the theaters and watched.
Because it was not a real Captain America movie. It was like original Cap had his time to shine. They told his backstory. They told how he became who he was. They told about his best friend, how he even is like alive right now. Anthony
And I
Mackie,
don't
they
want to
just
hear.
gave
Go
him the
ahead, go ahead,
suit.
go ahead.
They just gave him the suit and was like, "All right, you Captain America now, but we still going to give you flack because you're not Steve Rogers."
See, and I know right now there's people who just heard me and said, "Oh, well, you didn't watch Endgame, and clearly you didn't watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, oh, you didn't do now you got to do horror." Like, listen to me and listen to me well. It should not. All I gotta say is Falcon and Winter Soldier was a better fucking movie, and I would have rather watched that as a movie because it fits in line with the tone of the other Captain America movies. It fits in line with cinematography, the color grading, all that shit, the fucking score, everything that was great to carry on from the Captain America movies with Steve Rogers carried on perfectly in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then I feel like that even will carry on perfectly into the Thunderbolt. This one was like it didn't even fit. It didn't even fit in the fucking pocket of the MCU that is Captain America, political thriller, all that shit. The thing I liked the most about the Captain America movies after the first one, because the first one's okay. I didn't really care that much for it, right? But from Winter Soldier, Civil War was basically the Avengers, right? So like, the Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie and one of my favorite movies of all time because it took a spy thriller and said, yo, we got a whole spy thriller movie. Let's put Captain America in it and turn it into a Marvel movie. That was the magic of that movie. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier did the same thing. They took a political thriller and said, yo, let's put superheroes in it. And that's what made it good to me. You connected all these different things. You gave all these different things. You gave it reason to exist. This movie, it's like, hell, I forgot. I honestly and truthfully, I forgot that the fucking the new Falcon, quote unquote new Falcon, I forgot all about him. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, when did they get so close? And then I was like, oh yeah, it was kind of cool in the show though. That was kind of cool. They was connected. So for people who don't watch the shit on Disney Plus, bro, you're watching shit and you don't know what the fuck you watching. You get very like they hand fist all the explicit. They do so much work to explain everything, which I will give them credit. It's not done bad, but it's just really noticeable that they're like, oh yeah, he got that suit from the Wakandans, back when he helped them out with a favor way back then, and it could do all that, yeah. Oh yeah, I used to work with him back then, and we was best friends and pilot buddies. And now all of a sudden, I decided to take the mantle of the Falcon when he became Captain America after he did this whole thing over there with that one thing. Oh yeah, that shoe was back there. Remember that one time when the shoe was over there? Now it's over here. Yeah, no. Like it's like they do a lot of work to really like bring you up to speed, which I guess is okay, but it works more for the Captain America characters. And what pissed me off again is when they the Hulk. No, stop, like, bro. Like, and again, and there was a perfectly good. Even watching it the second time, there was a really good Sam Wilson Captain America movie in this movie. It was a really good one actually that made good use of the leader, right? That made good use of Ross, right? That still gave you this, that gave you still this mystery of, yo, who's controlling the strings? Like, why is this guy after the president? All this stuff. Like, it gives you the exact same movie, only it cuts out, it focuses more on Captain America. And that's what this movie needed to do for me. It needed to focus on Captain America, and it didn't. To me,
Definitely.
it was just, and it didn't. And I didn't, even the person I saw with the second time was like, yeah, no, that was kind of boring. Like, it didn't do anything. Wow, a regular who does not even invest heavily into the MCU movies like I do, casual viewers are just like, yeah, nah, that wasn't it. Like, like I say, I know people fucking with this movie, really giving it the high praise. People have called this the best movie. I don't see it. I don't see the best Marvel movie. I don't see the Marvel Return to Form. I don't see that. I see a movie that now I can believe the reshoot rumors. Now I can believe the rumors that the test screenings were all bad. Now I can believe all that because it seems as though they did not believe in the product that they had that was just Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, for all that, just give me a second season of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because at least that shit did something. And was a fucking show.
Yeah.
Like my complaints for this are astrological, especially seeing it a second time. It's just like, what is, like, y'all fumble, and it's just ridiculous at this point.
Yeah. This film kind of seemed like they were just like mashing everything together that they could get together just to get it out the way because it's
Right.
a part of the Marvel MCU wrap up. So it's kind of like just throw everything together real quick. Even though I'm sure it took them a long time to film everything, but still, it's like throw everything together real quick just to get it put out.
Right. Let's give Sam Wilson his movie, and because like, even what happened to Serpent Society, and that's the part I keep wanting to touch on this part, but keep slipping my mind. They had one character in the movie, the one girl, Ross's secretary or assistant or whatever, right? They kept, like, it seemed like they were setting her up to be part of a twist
Right.
that wasn't a part of this movie.
Yeah. They
Like,
did have a lot of camera importance put on her.
it did do a lot of emphasis on her. Like, certain parts when they showed her, it was like, ooh, suspicious. Like, but they didn't do nothing with that. Like, and I was like, oh, okay, so she's not a twist villain. She's not secretly working. She's not the mole in this situation. And that would have been a more interesting movie because, again, if she was the mole, if she was the one that was feeding information to the bad guys or something like that, that would have bbeen great.
Yeah, that would have been a nice twist.
That would
Not
have
have
been,
it, oh, a certain song triggers certain people. Like,
well, they still could have went for the song, but then, like, oh, well, how do they know where he's gonna be? How do they know where the president's gonna be? How do they know these things about the president? Like, how do they know certain things? It's because she's feeding the information on the low.
They never did say how he figured all that out.
Well, apparently he used like probability and algorithms. Like he was like, oh, there's a
Mm.
certain percent chance that she'll do this, and there's a certain percent chance that this will happen. It like his intelligence let him look at the probable outcomes and see the most likely one.
So he had like a bunch of different scenarios set up where the music would start playing and people would just start wilding. Like, oh, the president's supposed to be at the grocery store. Now you got people in there wilding, shooting the dang grocery clerks.
So, something along that line. Like okay, I'm gonna hypnotize these
You froze.
and he's most likely I'll make sure that these people are here and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Even though you froze in the middle of it, but yeah.
Oh, I froze in the middle. I figured I did. This is my laptop saying, all right, man, you getting angry. getting real hostile. I wasn't prepared to
Like you
stream this.
pushing your buttons there.
Like, let me contribute. But nah, yeah, it was just probability stuff. Like, he just examined the data and was like, okay, I can determine what can happen when this goes this way. Like that's why he was so surprised when Cap walked in there and he was like, oh, he's like, well, you surprised me. And then like attack him, he was like, don't be boring. Like I knew you were gonna fucking do this. Like, don't be boring. So that was like and like those are just things that and even explaining that, like I'm reminded of how much of a good movie is actually in this movie. Did I freeze again? I probably did. I froze again.
You did. You did a little bit. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The Hispanic Falcon, I did not know where he came from. And yes, I did watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but he was such a minor character that I just did not put two and two together.
Right.
So
Yeah, nah, and I get that. Like I said, and to your credit, yeah, he was such a minor character. He wasn't as important he wasn't as important in the series because it was more so. And oh man, speaking of which, I'm gonna touch on one more thing in here, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it away, give your closing thoughts, get any other thing that you want to get out the air. But I think you want to agree with me on this one because I think you're gonna have something to say. Bucky.
oh my God. Like where the hell did he come from?
Like,
And
granted,
how
it was inevitable that he would show up in this film.
but he could have showed up in such a different capacity. He showed up for like 3 seconds.
And then let's not let's not let it be so he's apparently a senator now, right?
Yeah.
Like a congressman. So
And
that's
it's like,
confusing
what?
and irritating for me because it's just like okay, but you're about to be in the Thunderbolts next month, like in a couple months. Like
Like he
why are
was
they
just thrown in there.
Yeah, he just thought, and then this is another example of the movie doing a lot of weird leg work because they as soon as Bucky leaves, somebody comes in there. That James Buchanan Barnes. It used to be the Winter Soldier and used to work with Captain America. Has a metal arm. That's partially made of vibranium. Oh, he's a congressman right now, huh? Oh, he's like 5'11", 157 pounds or something like that. Oh, he's over 80. He's over 800 years old, huh? Because he was frozen in ice, or he had the super soldier serum and was under control by Hydra, and then he killed Tony Stark's parents but didn't know about it. And then Black Panther was after him, but then he was able to avoid that and get his brainwashing decommissioned when he was in Wakanda with the Wakandans, and he has a nice relationship with them. And and now he's here. Oh wow, and don't forget, he's handsome. Like,
She's like, I'd do him.
right.
Like,
And caps off the exposition with like, yeah, I fuck him.
right.
Like, yo, I will fuck the shit out of that guy.
He's like, I don't care. He's 110. He's getting this 30-year-old cookie.
Yo,
Like,
listen, because that's dead ass what happened. Yo, that shit was crazy.
yo, and when the hell did she get on the cap suit? Like, she just came in.
Yo, listen
Is
though,
that
like
like a one size fits all type situation? Because it
y'all
was
that was
unnecessary for her to put that on. Like,
yeah, nah, yeah, that was definitely that was definitely something, yo.
yeah, but even that part of the storyline, she's supposed to be like this trained agent, right? Top CIA, whatever, FBI, LMNOP, whatever the heck she is. And her storyline of finding out that the shooting wasn't what it was, her investigation could have went deeper. She could have had more of like a revelation when it came to talking to Sam. And then even with her, I lost my train of thought. It's just like,
Nah, I because I do know that they, from what I heard, they did kind of cut her storyline down a little bit because she was like, her character is like a comic book character. It's like some type of like Israeli superhero or something like that. I don't really know. I don't really know, but they do a lot. They, to your credit, they actually do a lot of making her seem like she's way more important than she actually ends up being.
yeah.
Oh,
And
she's a Black Widow. That means you don't want to mess with her. And it's like, okay.
oh, I forgot they said that about her.
Yeah, like it's just shit like that.
But it's like, even so, if she's a former Black Widow, if she's a top alphabet person, not that alphabet, the other one,
Childish, man.
should she have been able to save those people from getting shot in the jail cell?
Oh man, don't get me started on that because when I watched it that second time, I was like, "Yo, why is she not shooting? Like,
She
why is
was
she
just
not?"
standing there.
She's like, "Hey, hey, hey, no, hey, hey!" Like, yo, shoot him!
She's like,
Like,
stop. Stop it.
stop
Don't do
it,
that.
no, stop, no, don't do it, no. Like,
He's like, bang, bang, bang. Oh
no,
my
like he shot them like
God.
3 times, and then she fires one shot. Like, the
Yes.
fuck is that? I don't know, man. Like, but I don't know. It was mm, this movie, man. This movie was mid. It was mid. At best,
Yes.
it's mid. At worst, it's horrible. Like, and that's just where I lie. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know people love, and I'm not arguing with people who love this movie, but I will say this movie could have been a hell of a lot better if it was something that was focused more on Sam Wilson's Captain America, and if it was
Hmm.
something that kind of fell in line with the tone that we got from Captain America, not Captain, well, from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right.
And I feel like this movie probably would have fared a little bit better if it was able to keep its original release and come out at like what was the point? Like what happened? I don't know. I don't care what happened behind the scenes. I care about what we got. And what we got was not that great.
You got some
And
shite.
yeah, pretty much. And we're not the only people to think that. Like I said, in addition to being in the audience the second time and people being underwhelmed, being in the audience the first time, people being underwhelmed, talking to people, seeing different opinions of people being underwhelmed. There are a couple reviewers on YouTube. I'm eager to hear their thoughts because they are underwhelmed. Like I don't know, but this and the 82.4% drop off in profit this week really says a lot. It says
Definitely.
a lot.
Because there's people who will go see a Marvel movie about 4 or 5, 6 times, even though they've seen it already. Like they saw it before the opening night. They saw it 4 or 5, 6 times every week. Like there are people who do that. And the fact that those people aren't going,
Dog, like, listen, 82.4% drop off in ticket sales. It's not good. For a Marvel movie, that's horrible.
right.
That's wild. That's some wild shit. And I hope that this doesn't affect them wanting to make more movies featuring black characters. Because let's not sit here and act like it was, oh well, Black Captain America. People just wasn't ready for that. No, fuck out of here. Okay, people were ready for a better movie, and people deserved a better movie. Like I said, the performances and the movie that was the actual Captain America portion of this movie was good. Everything else was just a bunch of shit. And
Hmm.
apparently, I'm not the only person who agrees with that. 49% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, B, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your wrap up thoughts and give your rating first. Go ahead, you got it.
So to wrap up, I just forgot about this so just now. But another thing that kind of irritated me was the development of the Hulk powers with the Red Hulk. It was like uh Green Hulk, regular Hulk, he had to go through a process of learning how to do things. He had to learn how to, do the jump and how to clap and all the power and strength that he had. He had to harness that shit. When Harrison Ford or Ross's Hulk came, he just knew everything of what to do. And they'll probably say, oh, it's because, he was the Hulk hunter or whatever the hell he was. But just
He
because
was the
you
biggest
hunt,
op.
huh?
He was his biggest op.
Right. So how you just know how to use the powers so perfectly? There's no way you're jumping and not landing on the moon your first try. Like,
Hey, and no, so to your credit though, another reason I do kind of fuck with this movie is that they did kind of fuck up DC. So I'm like, all right, you got it. And oh, go ahead. I'll let you wrap up. But I do adamantium. That was some bullshit. That was almost bullshit
oh my,
too.
I forgot about that part.
Adamantium was because and that was the other thing. Fucking addressing the Eternals in this shit. Yo, come on,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
come
With the whole
on.
the oh, what the fuck did they call it? Whatever it was, the Titan is in the
Yeah,
ocean or whatever, and then they harvested this from the Titan. How? What did you use to harvest from the Titan? Like,
again.
there's and then oh, they finally got this precious metal adamantium. What? No, when
People understand that is where the better movie is. The better movie has you seeing people go in there and do these explorations through the fucking tunnel. They're fighting in there. They're using adamantium versus vibranium. There's such a better way to have a climax in a fucking big battle and all the shit that you need in this movie to not have the Red Hawk be the thing that sells. This movie had the pieces for a really great Captain America movie, and it did not utilize it to the best of its potential.
yes, because the fight or the argument between Japan and America, it was dry. Like, it was dry. You need certain codes, certain keys in order to launch strikes and stuff like that. And they just made it seem like he was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me push the red button. And now you got a whole war with China with Japan.
Listen, man.
And then like the whole adamantium thing kind of just irritated me because do you just not count X-Men?
Listen.
Is this before?
No, listen. That's not even a thing. The X-Men are not even going to be in the MCU proper until after Secret Wars, when everything is rebooted. So why the fuck does it even matter that we have adamantium in the fucking MCU? And
So
these niggas is not coming until after the fucking fucking reset.
But still, they try to make it seem like it was like, oh, we found this new precious metal. You didn't.
Like they really did hand fist a lot of different things into this one movie, and it's like they could have addressed a lot of this in other movies.
Yeah.
They had the time. Eternals came out in what, 2020, 2021? They had the time to have that shit be a part of whatever, fucking ever, what fucking ever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sorry. I know I stepped all over your wrap up because I thought about the adamantium thing. I do apologize.
No. It's fine because I definitely forgot about the adamantium thing. Probably because I was just so irritated at the fact that they even hinted at adamantium without saying anything about Wolverine.
Damn,
And
got
it's like, I'm like, it's like it never happened. Like, oh, you just found this metal. No. Like, I don't know. But my score for this movie, I give it a 6 out of 10. Huh?
on a scale of 1 to 5.
Oh, 1 to 5? 1 to 5?
Yeah.
Ugh. I'll give it a 2.75.
Whew.
It didn't do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never scored a Marvel movie that low.
Yeah. Um. So I've said at to the greatest extent I could all my problems with this movie. If I keep going, we'll be here all fucking night. Um, just know at the core, this could have been so much better. And I think I've done a pretty good job. I think we both did a pretty good job of this and how this could have been just such a better, more personal story for Sam Wilson's Captain America, especially being the first Black Captain America on screen like this.
Mm-hmm.
And this should have been a more monumental movie. Now, fuck the fact that it came out in Black History Month. I don't really care about that. It's just the fact that it's a movie. It exists as a film, and it's lackluster, and that's what I don't like about it. It's lackluster. Now, I cannot. I don't think I can be convinced otherwise. I saw it twice in theaters. I cannot be convinced. I solidified the fact that this was a lackluster film after my second viewing. There's nothing that can change. I've watched Thor: Love and Thunder more than once. Like I saw both times I watched it at home. And the second time I watched Love and Thunder, I was like, you know what? It's actually good. It's actually not that bad. Like I liked it a lot better. You know what I'm saying? But that different movie, but still, like, so all that said though, I will say, in a shock, that my rating is not as harsh as B's. For as much as I fucking hate this movie, the saving grace for this is that I see the potential. And I see where this is a good, or at least a better movie than what we got. It's just the shit that's bogged down by the Hulk shit. I can't let that get me too riled up, because in a way it's all that they can do over there at Marvel with the Hulk. But at the same time, come on, y'all. If you're not going to, I don't know. Just if they're not going to do anything with it, that was a complete waste of my fucking time. Which is why my rating for this, and I thought about it, out of 5 stars, I'm giving this 3. Like, and like I just made it to 3 stars. Like, because again, like I said, the second viewing really did open up a lot of the interesting things about this movie. And those are the things that I think save it for me. But I do not look forward to watching this movie ever again.
No.
And I mean that. I wholeheartedly mean that. I would love to see the characters again. The characters, I would love to see them. love to see them because I think that they were played very well, and I like who they were. I would love to see all these characters back in something else, something better. I don't think I ever want to watch this movie again.
Right. You're gonna put this up on the shelf with
And forget about
this the Sinbad classic.
it. I won't take. I will say I won't. I'll shut up. I won't take it. I won't take it this far. No, that's hate. I almost said I will watch Fantastic again before I watched it, but that's just hatred. I don't have pure unadulterated hatred. I just
Not even from Michael B. Jordan.
Like I said, I don't look forward to watching this movie again. I will never. I don't think I'll ever really go out my way to watch it. If I do end up watching it again, it's really just for the performances. That's really what it is. But I just know they're not going to do. If they announce something with the Hulk in the next 4 to 6 months, and in the next 4 months, if they announce something with the Hulk coming down the pipeline, then I will forgive this movie for 25% of its sins. I will be willing to forgive this movie. For right now, this is like a just made it to 3 stars for me. And I feel like most of that might be an act of generosity. But it is still mid at best. Captain Mid-America, Brave New Mid. Okay. And that's just how I feel about it. That's it. So yeah, this was not a great one. And I'm disappointed. This is not a great one.
Very disappointed.
Very disappointed. But hey, Thunderbolts is next. I'm looking forward to that one. And I'm only seeing Fantastic Four out of partial obligation. So we'll see. We'll see. But besides that, that's all that I have. Do you have anything else?
No, that was quite it.
Fucking Betty. My daughter's not gonna talk to me. What the fuck does the news people know that for? Anyway.
Wait, shout out to Liv Tyler for looking the same.
Hey, yeah, shout out to Liv Tyler. Yeah. And I did give her a shout out. Shout out to Liv Tyler, for coming in there doing all 4 seconds of this movie. So, hey, listen, like I said, maybe we will get that Hulk movie now. Who knows?
I mean, she made a cameo.
She made and that was a big cameo too. That like honestly, that was a big move. That was a big move.
If it was her.
No, it was her. It was her.
Okay. CGI. I'm just saying.
That was a big move for this, but like you just gonna keep spitting in my face? I don't know. It is what it is. Just check it out. Don't let us deter you from it. Check it out for yourself. Captain America: Brave New World now playing in the theater near you. Yeah, that's it. That's all we have to say, man. That's it. So thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button down below. If you agree or disagree, be respectful in the comments down below. But let me know, what did you think of this movie? What are your thoughts? What did you like? What did you not like? What did I maybe get wrong? Right? What did I maybe not understand? Be respectful. If you want more, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. It's still our Black Excellence Month. We still got this last week is the home stretch, and I still got a lot of cool stuff I want to talk about. So I will be here and on Instagram with mini reviews and full reviews. So make sure you guys follow us for that. B, you got anything you want to say to the people before we go?
No. But definitely have your own opinion on the movie.
Yeah. And look, like I said, we respect everybody's opinion. This is just our opinion. See it if you want to. But that's it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And until next time, y'all, take care. All right, come on, laptop. I'm trying to end this.
Be easy. Stay
now you want to move slow. you want me to go for another 45 minutes, huh? Yeah. Oh boy. Here we go. Yeah, why is it doing this? All right, well, I guess we're just gonna guess we
Like,
guess we just wait for the end stream button. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. Peace. It's still there. Wow, it's crazy. Peace.